This is such an important thing to think about, and this is why I wanted to do this video, was to open this up as a discussion. If you are a guy and you do that, or you probably don't even know that you do it, think about it. Hey, Brandy Morgan here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. We talk about all things freelance, work your remote, personal branding, business, and of course creating the life that you want outside of a normal 9-to-5 job. Today's video is a little bit different, which you probably got from the thumbnail and the title, or maybe that's why you're here and you've never been to my channel before. Well, this video is going to talk about the Activision Blizzard sexual harassment lawsuit that has been filed, and they're actually scheduling to do a walkout tomorrow. So you're probably seeing this a couple days later, so the walkout has already happened. So this video is going to touch on that story a little bit, and I'm also going to share some of my story with you as well when it comes to this subject matter. The reason why I chose to do this is because I've worked in the tech space for over 8 years. I come from the world of being a software developer and working on teams where it's all men, all males, all the time. I am married to a software developer who I actually met at a tech meetup. He had never seen it, or maybe he didn't know what it looked like until him and I actually worked at the same company together, and he saw it firsthand, and he heard the stories that I told him, and he really couldn't believe it. And the reason why I'm opening up this conversation with you is because I know my audience is mostly male, and I would hope that this conversation will continue in the comments, but I also want to just give you things to think about when you're interacting with people, because certain things make a difference, and we'll get into that later in this video. But first, let's kind of do a little recap of what this whole lawsuit is about. Now, I'm going to have my citations in the description, but first, it's Activision Blizzard. They're a gaming company. They've created Call of Duty, Candy Crush, World of Warcraft. They've done huge mega games, so we're talking about a big heavy hitter in the gaming industry. Now, the allegations that came out in the lawsuit, there was a ton, and there's even more that are coming out on Twitter and other social media platforms, but essentially it was saying that women were not treated fairly in the work environment, and they were subject to sexual harassment while at work for years and years and years. There was even one woman that they said that took her own life due to naked photos being passed around of her at work. Obviously, the company has denied those rumors and those allegations, and obviously we will hear it more play out as the court case goes on and as the lawsuit continues. But this is such an important thing to think about, and this is why I wanted to do this video, was to open this up as a discussion. Now, of course, this is my channel, my opinion, my views, and my experiences, and my job is to share those experiences with you and to help you sort of see my point of view, and for us to have those conversations in the comments about important subjects like this. A few years ago, I was working at a tech startup, and it was an all-male work environment. And I remember one day I came in a dress, and before this I used to always dress up for work because I loved it. And before that I worked at this super cool trendy agency with both men and women, and I just love dressing up because it makes me feel good. I still dress up to this day. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that. And anyways, I came to work wearing a dress. It was totally work appropriate, not tight, not short. It was a turtleneck, and I remember one of the guys just, did the whole, look you up and down, and was like, "Ooh, so you dressed up for my birthday." And that right there, so those are the things to think about. It would be one thing if he would have said, "Oh wow, you look so nice today," or he could have been like, "Oh hey, did you dress up for my birthday?" So tone matters. How you say something to somebody matters so much. Inflection matters. The way he said it was very inappropriate, and it made me uncomfortable, and I instantly gave him the "how dare you" look, and he walked away because I was about to make a scene about it, because I'm old enough to know that that's not appropriate, right? Secondly, the eye contact, the whole The whole, you know what I mean? The undressing you with their eyes thing that guys do all the time. If you are a guy and you do that, or you probably don't even know that you do it, think about it. Like, just literally think about it as you're doing it. Like, whenever you see somebody you're attracted to, or even that you're not attracted to, you'll catch yourself doing it, because trust me. The other thing is, I didn't know that guy super well. I had just started at that company. He was not a friend. I wouldn't even consider him, you know, an acquaintance that I interacted with all the time. I knew him maybe a couple times from before that, but it's one thing if it's with somebody you know and you're kind of joking with them, but for somebody that you don't know, that's just not appropriate. And especially in the workplace. And I've had people joke around with me before, and usually it's fine because I know them. We actually have some sort of relationship, whether it's a friendship, work friendship, whatever, or friend outside of work, and they make a joke about what you're wearing or how you look. That's one thing. But to do it with somebody that you don't really know and you don't even know how they're going to react, like, just don't say it. Like, just don't comment. Or the more appropriate thing would be to do, if you really do think somebody looks nice, just say, hey, you look really nice today. That actually means a lot. And I love when people say that to me, because it's not sexualized and it's not inappropriate, and I get dressed up, and so it feels good when somebody notices that. So those types of things are fine. So if you're somebody and you work in an environment where it is co-ed and you're interacting with people, make sure you watch your tone and your eye contact. And thirdly, the jokes. If you're with somebody that you know and you know how they're going to react, then of course you can joke around with them. But if it's somebody that you do not know and you're making jokes about their appearance or how they're dressed, and they're in a manner that is sexual, maybe not to you, but it could be taken that way, I wouldn't do it. That's just not appropriate. You're gonna make them feel uncomfortable, and just get it out of the workplace. And for these people in this lawsuit, because they don't give a ton of information on the internet, obviously, I'm sure more of it will come out, but there were other things that were noted, that the women were not being promoted and they could only get to a certain level. And as somebody I've worked in environments where me being a female has actually helped me, and my work actually mattered, and my attitude at work really mattered, and me being a woman really didn't matter, and I was promoted. But there's been other cases where I've worked at companies in the tech space where being a woman does matter, and they do, I don't even know how to explain it, but there is a difference. I mean, there was one time where I had just gotten hired as a software developer, mind you, and I walked into the kitchen and it was a mess, and one of the guys that was up there in the company was like, oh, well, we hired a woman. We figured you would take care of this. Excuse me? Okay, when did cleaning a kitchen fall in the realm of software development? I don't think it does, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't on the job description when I applied for the job. If it would have been somebody that I had known, or maybe that I had worked with for a while and we had some sort of rapport, maybe that joke would have been fine. But really, it's probably not. It's pretty offensive and it's just rude, And I could tell that they weren't actually joking, that they wanted somebody to clean up the kitchen. And honestly, it wasn't gonna be me. They can clean up their own mess. So basically, the takeaway from this video that I hope that you get from this video, and I hope we can have the discussions in the comments about your experiences, even your thoughts. Like, if you have opinions about what I've said, more than happy to hear them. And this isn't me complaining and be like, oh, women, have it so bad. Like, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, like, if those allegations are true at that company, that's terrible. And the fact that I've experienced them firsthand, and I know so many other people that have experienced very similar things as me, and I haven't even shared all the crazy with you. Maybe that'll be another video. But it's a topic that I feel like will never go away, but there can be active on both sides. So tone, like how you talk to somebody, where you choose your inflection on which words, your eye contact, how you look at somebody, don't check people out at work or try not to, and also how you joke around with people. Just think about those 3 things when you're working with other people. And I don't want it to be like, oh, you know, you can't ever joke around, blah, blah. You can totally joke around. You can joke about a ton of other things that have nothing to do with somebody's appearance or them being a certain sex or not. Like, just don't joke about those things, you know? Like, there's so many other things that you could talk about with somebody that those things don't even need to come into the equation. Like, that's just what I don't get, is why is it always about how somebody looks or their appearance or how they dress? I mean, if it's one thing if somebody is dressed super inappropriately and they need to go change because they're making people uncomfortable, like, that's one thing. But it's another thing to always be commenting on how somebody looks or how somebody dresses in the workplace. Just don't do it. Like, just leave it out of the situation and out of the workplace. All right, I hope you liked this video. I am so curious to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. I'll be in the comments responding, talking. I respond to everybody, and I hope you have a good day. I hope this really does make you think on how you interact with people and how you treat people and how you make them feel, because there's a saying that goes, people don't remember how you dressed or what you look like, but they do remember how you made them feel. And that's very true. And especially if somebody has a negative interaction with you, like, I still remember all the people that have treated me poorly or have sexually harassed me, and it's a very negative feeling that I have towards them, almost like an animosity, which is terrible because I know these people honestly didn't have ill intentions when they did it, but unfortunately they made me feel bad and gross, and that's just what I remember. So you and me as a person, we need to keep in mind our tone, our eye contact, and the jokes that we make with people. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.